Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. You know, you've heard me say before, if I were to say to you, does the event determine the outcome? Does the event determine the outcome? You know from previous conversations and from studying, and you know in your own heart that no, it does not. I can't let the event determine my outcome. What can I have control over? Well, I talk about a red R and a green R. Red R is where I don't have control over how I react. And I call that red R, where we boom, boom, we just react. Green R is where we respond. And when we respond from the space of curiosity and gratitude. You pause first, get curious, and say, I wonder what's going on in their life. And you come from the space of gratitude, or I wonder how that might have happened. And curiosity, then I wonder, imagine how I could take the learning from this and actually use that to help me and to help other people. Whatever that question may be. But green R is sometimes tough. We don't anticipate green R. I get calls from people saying, I get talking to them, they say, man, green R is hard sometimes. I just go right into red R. Well, maybe there's a formula for how we get into green R. And I'm going to say there is. You know, I thought, anyway, the formula is S plus E equals R. So E stands for the event, equal stands for the response, the green R. It's a green R, so it stands for the green R. And the S stands for strategy. Strategize. Strategize means that you think about something in advance. And like Shell Oil years ago talked about scenario planning, maybe you strategize about certain scenarios and how you might respond rather than react. But the best place to strategize around is your day. Now what I've found is, I've always said, start your morning great. If you get your morning off to a great start, you'll have a great day. Well, that's true. But for me, sometimes the morning just runs away. You get out. I'm moving back into the evening. If I can go through the evening first before I start the next day, now I'm in a better position to respond rather than to react, to go into green R and to make it a green R day. So how do you do that? Years ago, I had the opportunity to attend a workshop given by Teresa Easler. She still gives them this day. You can Google Teresa Easler and you'll see. And she works with entrepreneurs on how they can become better speakers and how they can become better planners, be preemptive. So one of the things that she taught me, and I have it in my journal every night now I'm looking at it, even though it's my morning, I am going through it at night. And I say, who am I meeting with tomorrow? Or what am I doing tomorrow? What do I know about them or that? What do I appreciate about them or that? What do I want to accomplish, or what do I want them to know? How do I want them to feel? And if it's a project that I'm working on, how do I want to feel? And then what do I want them to do? Or what do I want to do? So you start with gratitude. You start, what do I know about them? What do I appreciate about them? And if it's not them, it's the project or whatever I mean. But know, appreciate. What do I want them to know? What do I want them to feel? How do I want them to feel? And what do I want them to do? Or what do I want to do? Those 5 things. But now moving into that, I'm asking myself, what can I do to make sure that I create a green R day tomorrow? I've added that question. How can I guarantee a green R day for tomorrow? By strategizing and putting that in and thinking ahead of time, it puts me in a much, much better position to respond and not to react to, well, it wasn't my fault. I didn't have anything to do with it. Who would have known? But ultimately, you can go there, that's reaction, or you can go into respond where it says, I am responsible for me in this situation. How can I respond? I know we have lots of opportunities to respond today and all the things that we're going through. I'd be interested in your thoughts. I hope this is helpful for you today, this week. Have a wonderful, meaningful week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.